Our top story this morning, floodwaters are still rising in the Red River. The water may crest at a record 41 feet in Fargo, North Dakota by Saturday. Residents are preparing for the worst as others are being rescued from the rising tide. Our own Dave Price is just across the river from Fargo in Moorhead, Minnesota, with the very latest. Dave, good morning.
Good morning to you, Julie. All right, we are, as you mentioned, in Moorhead, Minnesota, just across what usually is a short hop over the river to Fargo, which is in the background. But today, the distance between these two cities seems to be wider because the river continues to swell and has expanded. Behind me, 50 yards away, you see a street sign and a stop sign. That was a road. The river was behind it. And today, all the lines where water and land once were clearly divided are blurred as people here are in a feverish pace to protect themselves from the flooding. As the Red River continued its steady rise on Wednesday, many of Fargo's residents continued their steady fight for their homes, while others were being evacuated. 5 adults and a 14-month-old child required an airlift from the Coast Guard, while another 13 stranded residents were whisked from flooded areas by airboat.
Oh, it was terrifying. The water wasn't that deep this morning. And we woke up and looked out the window, and there was the river. It was just right there.
Meanwhile, volunteers rushed their efforts to raise dike levels through heavy snow and falling temperatures. You've had a double whammy, half a foot of snow, freezing temperatures. What does that do to the effectiveness of all of these sandbags around the city?
Placing sandbags, you need them thought out. You need them to conform to the contours of the next bag.
Breaking up frozen sandbags became a task in itself for volunteers, another step in protecting the city.
If there's any failures, the green would be what would get wet.
Dikes are being built now to 42 feet to protect the city. This map illustrates the flood stage should a levee fail at 38 feet, and this represents a levee breach at 40 feet. This would be the flood stage at the predicted river crest of 41 feet.
This is where that big clay levee is sitting.
But significant planning and a 24/7 effort has city officials confident the levees will hold. Anything people around the rest of the country can be doing for you right now?
Just hoping. Hope that we succeed.
We're joined right now by Denny Wallaker. He's the mayor of Fargo. Thank you. I know you've been so busy and haven't slept. 48 hours ago, you were focusing on preparation, not contingency for major flooding. That's shifted a little bit now, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're into the contingency dikes now, and what they are is a secondary dike to protect the city in case the first line of defense fails.
Now, FEMA has now gotten involved. The president, of course, has declared all of North Dakota an emergency area. What is going to go on in the next 24 hours, and what should people know throughout this region?
Well, we're talking about the river on Friday going to approximately 40 feet and 41 feet on Saturday, and nobody can dispute those figures. I mean, that's just pretty good figures to use. So we're asking people on the south side to bring their sandbag dikes up a foot from where they were before, and that came out yesterday at noon, and it ebbs and flows. You get good news, you get bad news. We got some bad news yesterday at noon about the flood forecast. We got some bad news last night about some of the river data and so forth. So
all you can do is prepare.
Absolutely. And the people have to understand, and we tried to tell them last night at an overfilled meeting about the fact that we need to move forward and we need their support.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. We'll continue to be here to track it. And of course, we'll have more through the morning and on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Harry, we'll send it back to you, and we'll continue to monitor the situation here right along the Red River banks.
All right. Thanks so much, Dave. Good job.